Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is Travis Semulin Hours, joining you for another Tinkerer's Cube draft on MTG Arena. Best of 3, of course, because that is my favorite way to play the game. Chat, say hello to YouTube. If you'd like to watch the drafting live, you can do so at www.twitch.tv/Semulin. We're just coming back from a 3-0 on stream with blue-red spells where I first picked a Mythos of Llama, and I'm kind of thinking about doing it again. I have found a lot of very powerful things to do with this, from cloning opponents' planeswalkers or enchantments, to just copying a bunch of stupid cards. I still can't remember the name of the 3/3 prowess, but just being able to loop this with that card is pretty dang fun. Sadly, it doesn't really interact with Baron. I'm trying to think about what we might wheel here. And if we're definitely going to try blue-red, which we don't have to, but we could look for Forbidden Friendship to come back around, which is okay. I think I want to start with the Mythos, though. Yeah, Dowser. Dowser of Secrets is the card that we would want to go with this. Man, I really like Dragon Master Outcast. I really like Luminarch Aspirant, but I don't think I can pass Mecha Godzilla. There's no guarantee I'll get to play the blue-red deck I want to, but even if I do, like, Mecha Godzilla is just good in all of the decks. Now, you have to be careful with this because it's a card that's trying to get there on power level alone, which is, we all know, is not what this cube is about. That said, I think it's still a pretty clear pick here. I do like Dragon Master Outcast a lot. It's like late game after they've used everything, you play this out, do your thing. All right, so mini decision time. Not really major decision time, but like, I really like Sifter Worm. Cloning Sifter Worm sounds like a really good time. I also like Roar of the Worm. In blue-red, I'm also usually very happy with the Kenra, but I think I would like to play this Mythos of Llama, and I think I'm pretty okay taking an Avon Eternal here. Yeah, we could play the Worm and try to sort of force it. I'm not opposed to that. It's just, like, I don't know how you're consistently going to be able to cast the darn thing. There's so many big things you can cast to win the game with. And I found that, like, I normally don't have too many 2s and 3s, but you can certainly have too many 6+s. I'm just going to take the Eternal and see if we can stay blue for a little bit. This is a piece that can go in a spell-heavy deck, and there's some possibility that we spin the wheel to neutralize or the Supreme Will. So this is kind of putting me into wanting to do blue-based spell things. A lot of the red spells that go in this deck are things that realistically nobody else wants. Like, I should be the only... If blue-red spells is open, I should be the only player that wants Thrill of Possibility. We could also consider doing Panharmonicon things, but this has just been really good and fun for me recently. Yeah, Shivan Fire is pretty reasonable. Forgotten Caves is pretty reasonable. Hieroglyphic Illumination is pretty reasonable. I think I like the first Illumination just to kind of stay here. Like, this can get spells in the bin for 1 mana. It makes a lot of hands more keepable. And I think I'd take the Forgotten Cave over either of these. There's approximately 2,000 cards in this cube that are 3 mana for 3 damage in red, and I haven't seen a huge difference in them. So you can usually find that effect if you want it. Whereas 1 mana cycling is kind of at a premium. Hey, look, 3 mana for 3 damage. I'm going to take Evolving Wilds. I don't quite know where we're going yet. This is pretty fun to do some shenanigans with, but I can find other things to do shenanigans with. All right, so Opt is usually something I'm interested in playing in a spells-heavy deck. It's looking like black or white might be a little more reasonable for us here. But we're still just base blue, figuring out what else we're going to do. Never mind. Never mind. We're doing this. All right, this was our opening pack, and we spun Essence Scatter, which is probably one of the better spins for us out of this. So at this point, it doesn't really matter what the spells do. We just need spells. They don't even have to be good. This is an okay early blocker. I think I can be okay with that. Like, I probably don't play it, but I probably don't need the Sailor of Memes either. Ideally, we don't play it. The Sifter Worm spun, which is a little unusual to me. The Staggering Insight is still here. I think I'm going to, like, consider this. If we see a lot of green ramp in the next pack, maybe we can do that. But I suspect we're going to get in on this. Because we're going to end up with a 3 mana, 3 damage spell in red, whether we want it or not. Because there's just too many of them for you not to get one. If you don't see those coming by, red is not open. Well now. I don't think I want this, but let's talk. Now I wish I'd taken the dude that draws cards. We're not going to want that, and I think we are realistically blue-red. Forgotten Cave is quite good. 2 people took the 2 burn spells out of that pack, which is worth noting. So if we want something like that, we're going to need to take it often and early. So blue-white has seemed quite open. We could look at the Skycat Sovereign here, or we could just kind of continue down the path that we're going with a Braid. I like a Braid a lot better than the others because it's 1 mana cheaper if you're killing a creature, and there are some artifacts worth killing. So I think I'm still going to push this, but it's worth noting that we didn't spin the Thrill of Possibility, which I was kind of expecting to. So we're fighting for this, but I think I am okay with it. I mean, I feel somewhat contractually obligated to take this and play it. Sweltering Suns could theoretically wheel, and like, we've got 2 early creatures if you think about it. Like, the best thing for this deck is probably the Shock. I don't know that that's the most fun thing. Meh, if we're going to draft the deck, we're going to draft the deck. I don't have to play every Bolus I see. This is another early creature. The idea being, rather than playing early creatures, we're going to try to answer their crap early and then get a big token here and win the video game. Pyromancer can be pretty powerful. Currently, we could get things going here with it and here with it. I'm willing to speculate on this because I'm already interested in card draw, and any cycling card gets better from here. So there's another piece that we could play with that. There's also a Champion of Wits, which would be pretty good for this deck. But I've had a lot of people underestimate Mind Stone recently. This is ramp in colors that don't traditionally get it. And then once you've done whatever you need to do with the extra mana, you can cash it in for another card. So it can ramp us to cast something, I don't know, like this a turn early, and then later cash into a card to trigger the Pyromancer. And these are the kind of little combos we're looking for here. I think we're getting into a draw 2 card deck, which really makes me miss that Thrill of Possibility. But the Fairy Vandal could conceivably come back, and we'd be very happy if it did. This is a lot of cards that I want. I want Lull Mage's Domination, Winged Words. We would probably play Chandra. We would probably play Dance with Devils, and we would probably play Waterknot. But I think given that I just took a ramp adjacent card, I'm interested in the Domination. I really need something now that'll get a spell back from the graveyard. If we see something like that, we're just going to gobble it up. We do not have wonderful things to copy, but the cost of playing this at a land slot is not that great. I also like Pernicious Mirror to an extent in decks like this and would probably play it. I do believe we are fighting the table for this. All right, we got us a Scary Terry. I like this guy a lot too. Like, you can get 2-for-1s with that. But Scary Terry can do some work here. Banneret we could play. If we see something like a Dragon Fodder. This is not 100% in, but it's playable. These are not really the duels that I want. But I think I'll take this one just in case we do see a black card we want to splash. It would be pretty easy. And I think I'd rather have the scry than the untapped potential. I think blue-black and blue-white were both more open, but I'm kind of still just doing this because I like it. Still a possibility we get a Dowser and I'm happy. Yeah, you can start to see things like this going a little later. I don't hate Goblin Rally, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with a bunch of goblins. Compelling argument, obviously we're not looking to mill our opponent with it. It does cycle for one, which is reasonable for getting things into the bin for the experimental overlord. So I think there's a possibility I play that too. There's a lot of stuff Sweltering Suns doesn't kill. We could conceivably get 3 Mecha Godzillas and just win with that. Like, most of what we're going to do with Hieroglyphic Illumination is cycle it. I think this is actually just in. It puts spells in the bin for the Experimental Overlord, and it could trigger the second draw for the Pyromancer. Like, I don't think there's very many decks that are going to want this card, but I think this is a deck that wants that card. By that same logic, we could play Ominous Seas. I doubt that we ever realistically just play it out, but we could. None of the cards we wanted wheeled from this, but I can take a wilt. I'm already pretty interested in a green duel. This has cycling, which we could be interested in, and it is something we could bring in. Not thrilled about the Water Knot. We'd rather have spells that answer things than auras, but we'll take it. And I do think green-blue could have happened. Probably just playing that. So we've got the deck. We're looking for upgrades here. Ideally things like some more duels that would fit in with our color, some value cards, some raw card draw. Censor does both of those things. The Prophetic Prism kind of does it too, but this works a little better with the Experimental Overload. I'm nervous here about getting too many cycling cards and not having enough spell payoffs, because you kind of can't just sit there and not do anything forever. But it's starting to look like Ominous Seas might be an actual card for us. I do like Krinko. Krinko's not good. I understand that. But it's like, how much can we just sit here and dirtle around? The strategic planning's not bad. Talrand's Invocation isn't bad either. I could realistically splash Dovin. I don't think I want to. I think I want to take the Invocation and see if I can spin the planning. There's like 3 different ways to get a spell back from your graveyard, and we only have one of them, and it's not one that you can potentially loop. Is Archaeomancer in this cube? Bowgorger Weird could certainly do something, although it's worth noting we're not really planning on casting some of these spells. We're looking to just cycle through them. But I think I've got room for this at the very least. Because we're, what, 11 instants and sorceries now? I could probably do something with this. So this is a deck. I think Archaeomancer's a 2/2 for 5 that returns a spell. It would work. It's like a budget Dowser. Man, I want this pack. I want this whole freaking pack. I want the Pyromancer, the Steam Vents, the Rowl, and the Dorat. But I think I have to take the Steam Vents. I've already got a playable deck. So if I pick any of these, I'm cutting something, and I'm cutting something that we would like, but we have no duels. There's no reason to have bad mana in cube. I think that puts us on Steam Vents. I'd play the Hedron Archive too. I don't think we're wheeling anything out of that pack. Lavamancer's pretty good. Serpent is something else we could cycle if we're on the Ominous Seas plan, which I really haven't done. But I think Fight Fire with Fire is just a nice, safe, easy pick. Trash Through versus Unsummon. Like, how deep are we going on this? Because we're almost at the point where I'm playing the Ominous Seas and thinking it's an actual plan. We could play Gutter Snipe too, but I think I want Trash Through. I don't particularly want this. I don't think I need another finisher. Because I think I'm actually casting this Ominous Seas. I think we're probably looking at not running the Singer. This is what we needed. The room is now tied together. One of them slipped through the cracks. I can't go infinite with it, but I can get some work done. Prophetic Prism draws a card, triggers our Pyromancer, triggers our Ominous Seas. Seems hard to argue with that, and we're going to be playing less land with this, because I've got too many 1-mana cyclers not to. I'm trying to see what would get the cut here, because we've gotten it up to 13 instants and sorceries, which is not bad. I guess I could just play this. This is 24. So anything else we take, we would need to make a cut for. Take this for gems. I'm not going to take that for gems. I guess if somebody's milling me, I wouldn't be sad to side that in. I doubt we need a double vision, but sure. We spun the Pyromancer and the Hedron Archive. I want both of these cards, and I'm not quite sure how to fit them in. I think I want this one more. I would have liked more time for that pack. I also want this. All right, how do we do this? Because I think I want to play 16 lands. I think 15 might be pushing it just a tad bit. 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10. I think I want to keep it even like this, which would mean I need 4 cuts. No. Because this is a land. It means I need 2 cuts. 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I think I need the double blue more often. Waterknot doesn't actually fit our plan. Waterknot can go. And I think this Careless Celebrant doesn't really fit what we're trying to do either. It's mainly there to try to be a roadblock. I can't believe I'm trying Ominous Seas in Cube. I never thought I would do that, but I'm kind of interested in trying it out. And maybe the Avon Eternal, even though I picked it really early, is just not something I'm interested in. Because we can try to cycle through and make Ominous Seas tokens, or we can cycle the Ominous Seas to do things with this. We don't have quite as much buy your spells back as I'd like, and there's a lot of do-nothing spells in this deck. Let's appreciate that. But I also think it might be quite fun, which is a big upside for me in Cube. All right, let's do our Stream Raiders battle and see if we can make this work. Clap your hands if you believe. Thank you, Andy. If you're happy and you know it, clap your feet. We can't do that. I don't want to get a DCMA strike. This was a tough adjacent fight. I suppose it should be for a chest fight. But we still got there. Dixieland with the kills, Unglued with the assist. Rewards for Jacques, Unglued, and Simwife. My favorite human. And now, just like reboot days of old, we go for the motherboard. I'm kind of excited to give this one a go. Over and under on the number of octopus tokens or kraken tokens or whatever it is we're going to make. Okay, let's party. Cheers, Kevin. That's a wee bit of a problem. I suppose it's just a 2-2. This is not starting off right. We were supposed to have the Ominous Seas in our opener. I think I'm supposed to draw first, because if I get the Ironclad dude, we would be happy about that. So we may be sitting on this opt for a minute. I can't really use the Mythos to copy their Conjurant. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but at least I can make my own 3-3. Or, well, that works out rather nice, doesn't it? Yeah, so next turn we'll play Terry and take their Conjurant. I could also just deal 3 damage and not care about it, but I think I'm okay with them getting a 5-5 and then us taking it. Oh, it's not a 5-5. It's a 6-6. Cool. 'Tis the season. Do I need to be scared about taking that much damage? I don't think so. How do I not have enough to adapt that yet? We clearly don't want to just die to some pump spell on that, so I feel like I'm probably going to have to block it. Yeah, I don't need to attack here. If I want to, I can Mythos of Llama their Evolution Sage and, like, use their own deck against them, sort of. It wouldn't be bad with the Evolving Wilds. Wouldn't be bad with Terry either. Yeah, I think I may actually do that. This should put them wanting to attack me. I still don't quite have enough to do this, do I? Yeah, not quite. Okay. What do we want to get back? Because I want to get back something. Let's get another Mythos back. Or do we want another Lull Mage's Domination? There's so many good options. I think I want another Lull Mage's Domination. That seems like fun. Yeah, why copy their thing when you can steal it? I like it. It's a bit unfortunate. I suppose this isn't unfortunate because at least that's dead. And I can take the 8/8 for basically free. Their Sage is getting chonky. That's no good. That is no good for me. Like, I can get another mind control, but it's starting to become a problem. Because that 4 damage is going to hurt. Well, shoot. Thassa's real good. That was the other thing we had in the last deck, was the Thassa, and this pleased me. It was very good. And there's not an answer to it. Like, there's just nothing you can do about it. You lose. So if they're playing Thassa, I definitely don't want the Bubble Snare variant to try to deal with that. It's just not going to work. That seemed like it was going really well until it wasn't. We could consider bringing in a Wilt for Branching Evolution. I don't think that's quite what I want. Yeah, I think we've got to run this back. That felt pretty good. But as it turns out, we needed to have taken the dude that gives tokens flying significantly sooner. All right, this one will be a little bit more in our favor. I think. Just because being on the play should be a pretty big deal here. Would love to get the Mystic going. I'm not getting the Mystic going. Don't counter my dude. Why? Why would you do that? I suppose of the things to counter, that's not the worst. Because it means I could potentially just play the Mystic next turn. Or not. You're going to end the royal me? Okay. You don't get your card. Nope. We are not doing that. Thimblethip would have been pretty good in this deck, too. Oh, Lord. This is bad news. They've got that in Thassa. This game's over. I can't discard that. I have to discard the Pyromancer because that has to die. If this is in play and they play a Thassa, we just lose the game. Somewhat immediately. Yeah, I can't even wait. It has to be dead right now. I've won a lot of games in this cube with Thassa and Dinrova Horror. I don't believe. I think that was a chump check. It was not a chump check. I should have believed. Need spells. That's a good one. Rather kill the token, just in case they get that flyer dude back. The Dinrova Horror with Thassa is absolutely terrifying. They didn't have the Thassa, but you just can't leave that thing on the board. If they bounce it once, you're dead. Or blink it, whatever. Part is just bloody terrifying. I think they just had a bad draw there. I don't think I can bring in Conjuring against them either, because they're gonna have one, and it's just better than mine. The last deck I played the Conjuring in had a Ranger of Eos to fetch it, which was pretty neat. But that does tell you something about the power level alone of this cube. In the previous cube, we were fetching Stone Coil Serpents with Ranger of Eos, which is absurd. The Conjuring's just like, hey, that's pretty neat. Yeah, fair. I just think if a Denrova horror hits the table in an opponent that has the level of shenanigans they do, if you can kill it, you kill it. This hand needs a little bit of help, but it's got a lot of cards that I like. I need to cycle this because I need blue mana. We got to find it quickly. Not like super quickly, but quickly. You're playing an Ominous Seas too? Neat. I wonder what it must be like to draw the card that you built your deck around. I imagine they're having a good time with it. Okay. Let's just get the mana going. Right on time. All right, we need to hit some more land drops. So let's try to do that first, and then probably a Braid Rickshaw. The Mimic isn't really copying much. I suppose I could look to make my own Rickshaw and then copy it. But I feel like if I don't kill this now, I may be in danger. Can't really fire this off in the near future because we may have to steal their dude with it. This is good enough to shock for me. Because I'm going to have to probably clone that and kill the other one. I guess we could have made our own Ominous Seas there, but it's getting a little late for that. I also think I really want this 3/3 off the table. This leaves me without great answers to a Denrova horror, which is worth noting, but we are at least currently stable. And we can dig through a lot of cards if we need them. So this is what we're doing, huh? This does appear to be the copy ship. Now, they can't do shenanigans with this in Thassa. And again, I really want to save this because they're going to get a Kraken token. There's not a great deal I can do about it. There is some silliness going on here. All right, so what does this get me? It gets me this in a few turns, which I think I'm happy about. I don't think I want to pop this, but I might. That's got to die. So I may need to use the... Well, I could try to take it. With the idea that we'll get it back. But they're getting a 8/8 this turn. That probably means we need the 2 cards. Okay, well, there's the solution to that. It feels different. I don't know about less fun. It's certainly different. This is quite the board state we have found ourselves in. That's not going to do what you think it does, but I'm glad that you did it. Mine flies. There's really no reason to have Essence Scatter down for a turn, is there? I don't think there is. If I can get a 7/7 flyer, which is good enough, why doesn't mine fly? Oh, because it's zombie tokens. Okay, well, it doesn't super matter that it doesn't fly. This is flying because it is a zombie and a token. So they can have this come back and be a copy of something else. That may be the best thing to get off the board. I'd rather have an 8/8. And still don't see much reason not to have Essence Scatter up. So mine has Death Touch, Trample, Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch. Theirs has Flying, First Strike, Death Touch. They should probably be attacking with that. I'm glad that they're not. This is a pretty stupid game. It notably doesn't have hexproof. I'm thinking I might. But if I do, it would be next turn. I'm also concerned about what we do about the next 8/8 that comes up, but as long as it's an 8/8 on the ground, we can probably deal with it. We must deal with it. That's why we saved the Essence Scatter. That's why we saved the essence scatter. You ever win a game with an essence scatter? Oh, that felt good. That felt righteous. All right, let's do our Stream Raiders battle, and then I may need to investigate a snack. Because I think it's about snack 30. You've made your son cry with an essence scatter. Andy, you don't play counterspells against your kids. It's just wrong, right? Simwife says, if your child's not crying when you play games against them, are they really even learning? What's up, Terrell? We got to step on these snacks before they start voting. All right, I think we got it. We have defeated Motherboard. Ready for a reboot. Adam with the kills, Miklas with the assists. Rewards for Jank, Thangarth, and Miklas. I'll let you guys get your units placed, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. All right, so we're back. We have snacks. There are 2 games remaining. My sister sent me a video of her husband from security camera footage at work that was pretty dang funny. He works at a pizza restaurant, and having worked at a pizza restaurant when I was his age, I can sort of appreciate what happened. There's a pizza coming off the salamander, and he reaches in with the tongs to grab it. Grabs it, picks it up, it wobbles, the pizza falls on the ground. He just kind of looks around, and then just drops the tongs and the tray it was on and walks off. It's like, I've been there, man. Ooh-wee. I might consider that one on the draw. I don't think I can consider that one on the play. Man, it's got a lot of what we want, though, right? Like the Pyromancer, the Cyclers. If that was an island, I'd keep it, for sure. But it's not. All right, we'll go with this. This is not exciting, but it is the world we're living in. I mean, this is probably better than an island. Because I guess if I draw another one, I could make a second Terry. But if not, I'm just playing it out. All right, I got some bunnies for a snack. Thank you for the translation, Snus. And here we see why this might be better as an island. I guess we taken 2. No thanks. I have to censor that message. That's neat. It's basically like I cast it. If you think about it. We can make Terry scary with the land. I would like to make Terry scary. Is dropping the tongs a euphemism? It is now. Hi-ya! Is this 3 damage to any target? 5 damage to target creature, you gotta kick it to get the 10? Okay. I read card good. I see who you have elected the way of pain. Bye-bye. Nom 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 nom. Got some lifelink in there, huh? Ideally, we'll be able to blow that out. It's kind of reasonable to bring in a Conjurant against that. Congratulations, Limestone. You are the superior hunter-gatherer. Like, if I bring in the Conjurant, I'd probably be cutting the Lava Serpent, which I think is actually pretty reasonable. This is good against lifelink Ground Pounders, because it prevents the damage that it's dealt. They're not gaining any life. It probably just trades for something that they put a cartouche on, which is fine by me. Looks all right to me. Rather be on the play. Pretty strong argument to cycle this. What's that about? That's about our opportunity to just trade this off for that, which is kind of fine. Get me. I'm sorry you were having a bad cube day, Harriet. That shade is always a pain in my butt. It's a really difficult card to answer. Had I known that they had it, we would have brought in the Capture Sphere card that we have. What's getting you in cube? Five-color soup. You cannot get there on raw power level alone in this cube, Limestone. We both know better than that. If they kill this, I'm probably dead. So I hope they don't kill it. Well, I'm probably dead. Although, what if I wasn't? This is not what I want to be essence scattering, but it's the world we're living in. Alright, I'm going to need more than this, apparently. Alright, I would have liked to have drawn those in a slightly different order, but here we are. Gaunty? Dude. Not cool. That's part of it, Limestone. The other part of it is everybody that's drafting white is pretty happy to put some decent life gain cards in their deck. We've got an Ironcrag Pyromancer, so I don't want to just cycle that willy-nilly. I'm going to cycle it. This is a threat. It should be removed. Nice Blossoms. Braid. Good enough. Really? I was using that. It was summoning sick. Wasn't it? That's exceptionally rude, and I don't care for it. I've had a good time with it so far. I thought it was summoning sick. I was thinking about bunnies. What do we want to get back? I could just get back, crash through, and make our token. What are they going to get back? They're going to make me discard a card. I don't mind discarding Shock. Yeah, it's just discard. That's not that big a deal. They're going to get back Gonti. That's what they're going to get back. Actually, sure. That just makes it better. What if I just get back something that kills that? It seems pretty good to me. Like, I could get back in a Braid, kill it, attack here, have a 7/7. They're going to Gonti again, and it sucks. Like, I don't like that they're going to Gonti again, but there's not really anything I can do about it. Yeah, I feel like just killing this is probably our best bet. Because if they're getting that back, it's just worse than Gonti if you're looking to block. Like, there's no way they're getting anything other than Gonti. The Lord of Luxury. A couple of Death Touchers ain't bad. Oh, Lord. What? You're a monster. You didn't want another Gonti? How do you not want another Gonti? I don't understand. They could have made another Gonti. Oh, but it's legendary. Okay, okay. I sort of understand. Do I have to trade my crap off? I don't want to trade my crap off. So that's 6, 7, 8. They're going to go up to 17. Then we attack for 14, 15, 16. I mean, they've got 3 cards. But if I take this and draw the right burn spell, we just win. I don't think that's actually very likely to happen. I think we need to be somewhere like this. This sucks. Yeah, Lego's got me, but I might have still done it and been like, I'd rather have... Like, I know my deck is better than theirs, so they could have gotten a card from my deck. Like, that's pretty good. Two mana 5/5 ain't bad either. Kind of sucks that we're taking 7, and then what? But I have to draw a spell to deal with this. And the Drakes will kill me. Well, so about taking 7. That seems like something we're not going to want to do. I'm starting to think our chance of winning drastic go down. But we did make a token. We just weren't able to get there on raw power level alone. All right, so Waterknot is a semi-solid answer to some of the creatures they're playing. So I think I'm interested in Waterknot. It's not a super consistent answer, but it can get some of them. What's bad? I mean, Compelling Argument's pretty bad. It's just here to cycle, and I've got enough things that do that. At least trash through. Triggers Prowess on our Spellgorger Weird. Whereas the Compelling Argument is there literally just to cycle. I don't think I would ever cast it. Oh man, this hand is asking me to be very bold. Because you know what the right call with this particular hand is to cycle that, find the blue, smooth out your land drops, cast this. I don't think I'm that bold, but I think I'm bold enough to look for 1 land. We've got 2 draw steps to find 1 land, and we can at least get Mechagodzilla going. If we find 2, we've got Archive shenanigans. Find me that land. Yeah, buddy. So we could consider shocking that. Especially now. It'd be a whole turn before we have to deal with it. They got to discard cards to make that do the thing. Which they might be very happy to do. It's got vigilance. Okay, bring it at me. Because if you want to trade 2 for 3, I'm pretty happy about that. The plan is for us to rip a bunch of lands. And for this to hit lifelink. It's got first strike. That's pretty great at blocking this dude. But I think I want to archive here so we can be ready to yoinks this next turn. Or yoinks whatever we want. I can opt, but I can't really do anything with the mana. So let's wait until because I'd only have one colorless left. Let's wait until we know what's coming up here before we make that decision. Okay, we're sad. Base Godzilla died. Yeah, we played a land this turn. But if this comes back as a 5/3, I think we need to nom it. What's up, Krishna? They don't want a 5/3. Why don't they want a 5/3? They can't play a 5/3. They probably want one, but they can't get one. I don't think I want that. I think I want that. That seems really good right now. What's the most we can get? 6? Well, I want a Talrand's Invocation to play around Eldest Reborn, sure. Sadly, that is not the world we're living in. The world we're living in may be to play the Experimental Overload of Sadness. You know, I know what the play is. It's this. Because now I don't get got by Reborn. I also don't get got. I can block the first striker and be done with that. It's not a play I'm impressed with, but it's a play we have to make. I thought I might could get him to pump there. But this is what we wanted. This is still pretty difficult. Oh, we're going to copy the Eldest Reborn. Just not yet. I don't want them sacrificing this. This is the hardest card they have for me to deal with, and we have dealt with it. There's some oh, dang it. That's got me. Oh, carp. We tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. I wonder if they just discard a card here on purpose. Yeah, because they can reanimate it anyway. This is brutal. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to copy that, but I can at least block that and discard this card. This means I need to just take this and shock that now, right? Because they're reanimating Croxa. No, they'd have to sacrifice it if it doesn't escape, which they cannot currently do. So they're getting back a Carnifex Demon. So I'm not going to have to discard a card and need to draw something that can eat a that can trade for a Carnifex Demon. Domination can handle a Carnifex Demon. Well, can it though? It would need a land. Mythos fight a Carnifex Demon? That's just 1-for-1ing with it. This is a really tough spot to be in. Yeah, that's the thing. If I get... They might get Croxa back anyway just to make me discard the dang thing. So I almost want to take the shock and just kill what they have. I think my best bet is to take Experimental Overload and save the decision. So if they want to get Croxa and get this out of my hand, they can. If they want to take this, we're going to be in trouble. If I take Lull Mages, they'll just make me discard it. If I take this, I can delay the decision another turn. The Carnifex Demon may be enough to kill me anyway.
You don't look scared. I can fix that. My friend is here to help your pain.
Like, this board is going to be difficult for me to handle already. And Croxa is coming back. I don't think that's going to work against the Carnifex Demon, folks. But we know Croxa is coming back. I'm playing this. If there's a 4-mana thing I can get that answers that, we take it. I don't think making my own copy does it. Don't know how I beat that freaking Croxa. I guess I could copy Croxa and fight it. But this thing's just going to kill me. I could copy Tibbolt. That doesn't do anything. I could make 2 5/5s. That doesn't do anything. I think I'm just dead. I think I'm just super dead. Because I can kill this right now. It's not good enough. Make 2 flyers a chump. That's not going to work. I can't race it. They'll make a Tibbolt token, activate this, kill one of my flyers. Like, I get 1 chomp. How do we kill it right now? We don't. I also timed out trying to explain that. But two flyers don't do the trick. Ideally, we'd have gotten a spell there, but like I'm too far behind to figure this out. So Carnifex Demon, if you're not familiar with it, you can remove the -1/-1 counter on it, give everything -1/-1. If we make the 2 flyers, we're in serious danger there. I think that leaves us just kind of dead. This is in theory a way not to be dead to that, but our life total is too low and Crocs are gonna hurt. So the Tybalt damage was the issue with that. Like right now I have to discard the Spellgorger Weird if they cast this, otherwise I'm just dead to Tybalt nonsense. You see the problem here? That was a really rough one. They had too much synergy. They didn't try to get there on power level alone. Good drafternoon, Zach. But we're not in a position where we can race any of that. It's can we answer it now or we lose the game. If we copy it, does it have the counters? I'm not sure of the wording on that. I think because it says it enters the battlefield with those that you would get that. Because it would be the same as like copying any other ETB effect. There you go, Tommy. We did have a line. That still, I don't think, beats Croxa. What's up, Azrael? Because I was trying to beat what we knew they had, but they just had so much else that it kind of didn't matter. As bloody terrifying is what it was. Hello, Azrael. All right, Terry, get scary. I do want to shock that. And I want to Ominous Seize and opt. Which you can't really do. Okay, they're thinking that's the threat. That's not the threat. This is the threat. We can make 2 of them. God, I almost want to. Double Mystic is way more scary. I agree. I agree Double Mystic is way more scary. However, what is more fun? This is a draft for YouTube, remember? Remind me, Atomaniac. I was so invested in this deck, I forgot to do it. Well, what if I just copy that? Let's hit a land with this. I need a land, please. I said I need a land, please. Because I think if they're copying Sailor of Memes, it'll be okay. I want Infinite Mystic. There's my land. I should have attacked for one, but I didn't. This could be glorious. I think I will multiply the Mystic. I feel like that seems like more fun. Hey, what's up, Rocket? As I understand it, this is the plot of Hitchcock's The Birds. Yes. I got some problems, and that I don't know that we can handle infinite flying kittens. But I'm going to try to handle infinite flying kittens. Rocket Beeble is another stream I would encourage y'all to check out. Sim Wife and I were chilling. Was it Saturday night? Watching some Meeble? It was good. Hear me out, Infinite Kraken. I mean, I'm interested. They're not making Infinite Kitten. I don't think I want you drawing a card, and I'm about to make so many burbs. So many burbs. It only triggers out off of instants or sorceries, right? So we want to go past combat, get our second Birdman, and then cast the Talrand's Invocation. No reason not to draw the card first, though, because we'll also have Krakens. Okay, there's a lot of burbs. Caw-caw! That's not very nice. Sanic Fast. Now they begin to make Infinite Cat. What if we did have infinite 8/8s? Because I feel like we've got enough burbs. Like, every spell we draw now is 4 burbs. These are cats that get bigger over time. At a certain point, we can make infinite 5/5 flyers. What's the problem? It thinks I'm clicking undo. So killing that burb is value, given the fullness of time. How close are we kicking this? This is 6, 7, 8, 9. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's interesting to me. The next turn, I could kick this and take out that burb and presumably another burb. So I think maybe this is the track to take. And we will continue sending in the octopuses. Be aware their stuff's going to get bigger. But given the fullness of time, 8/8s deal a lot of damage. Octopodes, I believe, is the actual correct pronunciation. Only pigs can go ham, silly Tommy. Okay. What if it was my cat? Did they still get... What? So would they... I don't... How does this work? I take this and I'm feeding them more cats. It does mean they have to move it. I'm kind of into this. I mean, I guess technically they don't have to move it. There are some very interesting things happening. But I can also consider putting my helm on their burb and then things and stuff. Can they kill this? I don't think they can. Oh, I'm gonna helm it. We're just not doing it this turn. I think we're doing it next turn, so I don't care if they kill the octopus with the helm on it. Oh, I want more birds. That doesn't matter, but I want more birds. They don't want more birds. They're a birdist. We do have a Stream Raiders battle. I will do the Stream Raiders battle. My apologies for holding Stream Raiders hostage. Yeah, this cube has some ridiculous interactions in it. I've had a lot of fun with it so far, but it is mentally tiring. Because I'm not used to this much crap being on the cards, even in a powered cube. And at least those I know what they all do. But as we know, in this cube, you cannot get there on power level alone. Archie with the kills, Miklas with the assist. Rewards for Abe, Unglued, Yak, and Mooch. And I believe we are on to a boss fight. Hey, gold for me. I'll get that later. I want a size board. It's pretty fun, Meeple. You should probably be doing this. So, like, you place a unit, your viewers place units around it. We fight a battle. We get rewards. I would suggest that you sign up for this on the streamer side. It's pretty dang fun, a good way to engage audience. I like it. I actually saw King doing it. Well, no, that's not fair. Sim Wife saw King doing it and started playing it. And I was like, do I want to play this? That's fair, Kuya. It's asking you to play creatures in your limited deck, which is, I mean, a pretty big ask. I may just need something. I've got enough stuff that can kill their little burb. I think we're fine. Exclamation point SR and you can try playing it here. It's pretty easy. And like, if you make Stream Raiders partner, they'll make you little skins and people can buy cat head skins. I assume they would be like dog head skins for you. This is an I-8 opener. This is the point where Isorok will explain to you why Terrarian is fixing. Well, alrighty then. No force spike one-time dealer. Time to get ominous. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with memes, you guys. I can be down for a scary Terry. Cat Lord, huh?
I am proud to fight by your side. You are capable of more than you assume.
That might be a bit of a challenge. That was somewhat unexpected, yes. There's not a lot I can hit that will just do it there, so I'm going to go ahead and draw the cards here, hit a Johnny for 1, and then look at stabilizing with Octipodes.
Cease this.
You're right, Tommy. You're right. What's up, Sid? Ugh.
I will lend you my strength.
Well. Yeah.
Perhaps there is a peaceful solution.
Perhaps there is a peaceful resolution, he says, after beating me to death. I don't think so. I don't think so, Tim. Lunch and laundry? That doesn't sound like a bad day.
See in yourself what I see in you.
The fate of so many sailors is to get wrecked by Octipodes. Pew, pew, pew. Just in case they got a bounce spell. It was a huge sailor, but it was a bigger octopus. That's rather water naughty. Do I just want another one of those? I might. But I don't see a reason not to just go for this now. Like, I potentially got an 8/8 fight your dude, which seems pretty good too. Shacklegeist? Sure. I don't want a Shacklegeist. I don't really want them to have one either, though. Man, this deck is pretty sweet. Yeah. Helm plus Soul Warden would be funny. There you go. I like that plan. Sigiled Sword of Herpaderp's not bad either. I don't know that that's a really great attack for it. But I like the sword a lot too. All right, that's going to do us here for the YouTube draft. Chat, don't worry. There is more stream to come your way. I will need to go refuel and get an additional soda. We just had good blocks for that one. But to those of you watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed that nonsense. That was pretty fun. And I may just be stuck drafting blue-red for the rest of this. If you'd like to watch the stream live, you can do so at www.twitch.tv/Semulin. You can play Stream Raiders. You can tell me about the cards you would pick, and I'll tell you why you're bad. So come by the stream sometime. Thanks for watching. Chat, say goodbye to YouTube.